I never thought I'd become the kind of man who sifted through his wife's messages. But that night, something inside me refused to rest. Emily had been withdrawing for weeks. Quiet dinners, short goodnights, a phone that always lay face down. When she said she was meeting an old coworker for coffee, I smiled and said, "Have fun." My voice sounded casual, but my stomach twisted. By 9 o'clock, she still wasn't home. Coffee had become drinks, then traffic delays, then silence. I sat in my car outside our house, watching the streetlights blink in rhythm with the clock on my dashboard. Each minute stretched thinner, my pulse sinking with the ticking seconds. Finally, I opened a location app I'd once sworn never to use. A small blinking that appeared. Her car, parked outside a downtown hotel. I tried to reason with myself. Maybe she was helping a friend. Maybe she just needed to think. But curiosity tinged with fear is poison. 10 minutes later, I was on the highway, gripping the steering wheel until my hands hurt. The hotel was nothing fancy, a quiet chain with beige walls and background music designed to be ignored. Her car sat in a corner of the lot. I parked where she wouldn't notice me, waiting, eyes fixed on the glow of the lobby lights. My mind replayed a reel of memories. Our wedding day, her laugh, long drives with the windows down. Then unbidden came another image. Emily smiling, but not at me. 10 minutes passed before I stepped out. The receptionist barely glanced at me as I crossed the lobby. I took the elevator to the 3rd floor. Room 312. I knew the number from a text she'd forgotten to delete. "I'll be ready in 10. Room 312. Reading it made my throat dry, but seeing the brass numbers now made it real. The hallway smelled faintly of cheap perfume and air freshener. I stopped outside her door listening. A soft laugh, hers. Then a man's voice, low, familiar. My heart didn't race. It slowed, as if time itself were holding its breath. I could have burst in, shouted, demanded answers. Instead, I knocked, firm, steady. The laughter stopped. After a pause, the door cracked open. Emily stood there in a silk robe, hair loose, holding a glass of wine. When she saw me, all color drained from her face. The smile vanished, replaced by raw fear. "Ethan," she whispered, clutching the doorframe. I didn't speak. My eyes drifted past her. The room smelled of candles and guilt. On the bed, 2 half-empty glasses, a bottle of wine, and a plate of partially eaten strawberries. The kind of scene that didn't need explanation. "Who are you waiting for?" I asked quietly. My voice didn't feel like mine, too calm, too measured. The tone people use when they already know the answer. "It's not what it looks like," she said quickly, shaking her head. "Then what is it?" I asked. Behind her, the bathroom door creaked. A man stepped halfway into view, frozen. Emily turned. Silence in that moment said more than either of them could. Panic washed over her face. "Don't," she whispered. But it was too late. His reflection appeared in the mirror. Tom, her co-worker. The same man who once joked that I was lucky to have her. Something inside me shifted, not rage, just hard, cold clarity. "You picked the wrong night," I said, my voice heavier than I expected. Tom stammered. "Man, it's not what—" I silenced him with a look. "Save it, both of you." Emily reached for my arm, but I stepped back. "Ethan, please, let me explain," she pleaded. "Explain what?" I asked evenly. "That you've been lying for months? That the friend from work is standing half-dressed in front of me?" Her eyes filled with tears. "I made a mistake. I wasn't going to." I almost laughed. "You weren't going to? You already did. You just didn't expect it would be me, instead of him." She froze, caught in that same expression of guilt and fear, like a scene paused mid-frame. All the charm, all the excuses, the confidence gone. Only silence and shame remained. I looked around the room one last time. I came here hoping to save our marriage. Now I'm just saving myself. I turned and walked out. She called my name, but I didn't look back. The elevator doors slid shut, cutting off her voice. For the first time in months, the silence didn't sting. Driving home, the tremor in my hands faded. City lights smeared across the windshield. but my thoughts were sharp and focused. Every memory of our marriage played in fast forward. The laughter, the trust, the tiny lies that collected like dust until everything was buried. By the time I reached the house, I knew exactly what to do. I packed a bag, called my lawyer, and sent a single message. Don't come home tonight. We'll talk through the attorneys. It was the same cold line I had once feared hearing from her. Now it was mine. I sat on the couch, staring at a framed photo from our honeymoon. 2 smiling faces, hands clasped against the ocean. For a moment, I felt sorry for them. They didn't know how love could decay quietly, looking perfect until it finally crumbled. Near midnight, her text arrived. "Please, Ethan, I'm sorry. I'll do anything." I didn't answer. I powered off my phone, leaned back, and let the quiet settle over me like armor. For the first time in a long while, I didn't feel betrayed. I felt free. The truth hadn't destroyed me. It had forged something stronger. The part of me that once begged for honesty was gone, replaced by someone who understood that loyalty is proven not by promises, but by actions taken in the dark. As dawn crept in, I thought about how trust dies not with shouting, but with the faint sound of a message meant for someone else. When Emily saw me that night, she froze. She finally understood the story was over. And the cruelest part wasn't being caught. It was realizing that I no longer cared. Sometimes the harshest punishment isn't losing someone's love. It's knowing you'll never earn their forgiveness.